Nice. Shall I introduce myself now?
Yeah, sure.
So, my name is Roshan and I am from Bihar. I
Uh-huh.
recently graduated with English honors and now I'm also planning to do masters.
Uh-huh.
And I also work as a teacher on the internet. I teach English and I also have a YouTube channel where I talk about books,
Uh-huh.
movies, and of course English learning. So that's pretty
Uh-huh.
much about me.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. And I have seen several of your videos on YouTube.
Mhm.
So that's the reason, like from the long time, I have been trying to get connect with you. But today I got this privilege to have a conversation with you. And thank you for your time.
Thank you for writing. I always look forward to talking to people, but the thing is that
Uh-huh.
sometimes because of my classes and some other
Uh-huh.
stuff, I'm not able to be on time. So that's why I always make sure to record my sessions on Saturday and Sunday. But people are
Okay.
not available on weekends most of the time. So
Mhm.
that's the issue.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, so like I'm just interested and intrigued to know that you are providing an online classes, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
So haven't you thought about the offline classes?
Yeah, actually, I got a small gig today. Actually, last week,
Mhm.
I belong to a lower middle class family, so I don't have that budget already to open my own institute. So,
Uh-huh.
because of where I was working for the past 2 years, like I was
Uh-huh.
working in a school, so there is this teacher who has his own hostel, right? So he has some students, so he wants me to go and teach there. So hopefully from tomorrow I'm going to be there, and of course, who doesn't want to have their own institute? I'm also planning. So hopefully, if I'm able to save enough this year, then
Uh-huh.
definitely I will have my own institute.
Mhm. That's a spectacular thing. And yep, if you have something of your own, so
Yeah.
like what I believe that you are just having some sorts of thing in your mind that you have to organize all this thing. Okay,
Yeah.
so you're just
Mhm.
trying to do in a best way. So just like
Exactly.
whatsoever you have accumulated, so you're just
Mhm.
trying to impart that thing in a best way. So
Yeah.
this is what I felt, and nowadays I and my friend also trying to start our own institution, not
Mhm.
for specifically for the English, but for all the subjects.
Okay.
Hmm.
Actually, all of my friends are either in college or they are working somewhere else. So I'm only left here, and I
Uh-huh.
have a friend, but he's not into teaching. He's he's planning to do MBA, so he'll be moving out. So I've got nobody else with me. But yeah, let's see if I'm able to save enough this year. I'm definitely going
Uh-huh.
to start my own institute.
Uh, Wonderful. So could you please put some light that how you become this much fluent, okay, and how like from how long you have been learning this language?
Actually, the thing is that I have answered this question multiple times, and I always say
Yeah.
that I never wanted to learn this language. It was just that I was fascinated by stories. So
Uh-huh.
eventually, I kept on reading, watching movies, and somehow I learned this language. But yeah, when I was in high school, 11,
Uh,
12, I decided to talk to people. I was
mhm.
part of an institute where I was introduced to so many people with whom I could talk, I could share my interest. So always stories, and then I never stopped. I kept on consuming, and eventually I decided that what, I have consumed enough. It is time
Uh-huh.
I started talking. I am kind of an introvert. I like to stay in my own zone, but
Uh-huh.
uh, when you are an adult, you cannot stay in that zone all the time, right? You have to make a
Mhm.
living, or
Mhm.
if you want to find people, you need to talk to them. So that's what I did last year. I started a YouTube channel where I talked about books, and then I met people like you, where I could talk to them, and that helped
Mhm.
a lot because earlier I was able to talk to them. Actually, I was able to understand this language always, but I was not able to hold a conversation for longer period of time or to talk
Mhm.
about different things. But yeah, when it came to my interest, let's say books, movies, I can go on and on and on. So, but
Uh-huh.
talking to people like you here really made me. I'm still working, so it's like teaching is a journey. You have to
Uh-huh.
learn, you have to teach, right? So that's what I do. I learn and I teach, and because of these two combination, I feel like I'm always able to make some progress.
Okay, okay, okay. Now I'm just intrigued to know that as you stated that in your initial days you are just trying to accumulate the things. Okay, just trying to grasp the things. Okay, so uh, at this stage, are you feeling content that okay, now I have
No, no. I mean, it was never about comprehension, right?
mhm,
Like
mhm,
when you are a kid, your taste is different. But when you
uh,
grow old, or as you start growing up, your taste
mhm,
also changed, right? So earlier I
right,
was into animated movies. Still, I love
mhm,
animated movies. I know that they are not just for kids. So because of those stories, I was, fascinated by short stories, and I kept on reading. But now
uh,
I'm a literature student, so you are never content when you are a literature student. There is always something difficult waiting for you. So yeah,
mhm.
I keep on challenging myself with difficult text, and you are never satisfied, man. When you are a learner and you are a teacher, there is always something to learn, right?
Right. Definitely, I can resonate with you. Like on a daily basis, I am also trying to refine my knowledge, and it's not about that always try to learn, but whatsoever you have learned, you have to refine it. That thing
Exactly.
also, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you are not refining it, then it's going to be futile. Okay, there is a
Yeah.
no meaning of learning that thing. So,
Mm-hmm.
I do face some sorts of challenges in term of vocabulary.
Okay.
Yeah. So nowadays, I'm just trying to refine those vocabulary which I have already learned earlier,
Mm. Okay.
right? So just
Mm.
trying to incorporate it. So yep, I can resonate with you whatsoever you are saying. So
Mm-hmm.
and the second thing you stated that you as we often heard from lots of people that why is it necessary to step out of your comfort zone, when the person is in a comfort zone, the
Mm.
reason is because he has enough of knowledge and he is enjoying that thing. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so might be that is the reason he is in a comfort zone. Okay,
Yeah.
so why is it necessary to step out the comfort zone?
There are just so many reasons, especially if you want to grow in your life, and if you,
Mhm,
because this is human nature. If you are
mhm,
satisfied with your life, you will not make much progress.
mhm,
Satisfaction, of course, relaxing is also a part of growing, but it doesn't
mhm,
mean that you have to be satisfied. Let's say
mhm,
I'm comfortable in my room teaching English on the internet, but if
mhm,
I feel scared going out publicly or speaking in front of an audience, then my next task should be to be able to teach them also, right?
mhm.
So that's the
Right.
important part. If you want to grow in your life, then definitely you have to get out of this comfort zone. Otherwise you will be stuck into a loop, and eventually,
Right.
what the thing is that uh, nowadays our life is like so easy. What do we have to
Mhm,
do? Our food is
mhm,
prepared. If you're living with your family, there is not much to do. And especially in
mhm.
my case, I believe that I'm so grateful for what I have right now in my life, my family. I don't have much thing to do. All I can do is learn and contribute in their life. So this
Right.
is what I also believe. If somebody has made my life this easy, it's my task to make their life easier,
Right.
right? So there are several reasons, and of course, if you want to not be satisfied where you are, then definitely you have to learn, and to learn, then you have to get out of that comfort zone.
Yeah. And there is a one term, I do not remember where I have read it, that
Yeah.
success demanded discomfort.
Yeah, truly. I mean, everything. If you want to get a good body, if you want to get jacked, or if you want to
Uh-huh.
get healthy, you have to wake up in the morning or in the evening and go for a run or lift weight. So,
Mhm,
if you want to grow, then definitely you have to, get out of this zone, being
mhm.
relaxed all the time.
Right. So, yep, nowadays I am also trying to cultivate certain habits which make me fluent in this language. Okay.
Good. Just keep
So,
on doing
yep.
it.
Mhm. So nowadays also whenever I'm trying to approach someone who is better than me, like a famous YouTuber, so I do have to face some sorts of fear or uncertainty, like what should I ask to them,
Well, in my
and
case, I'm not a big YouTuber, so you don't have to feel scared, man. You don't have to feel nervous.
whether I'm going to make that conversation engaging or not. This kind of thing are there in my mind. So
Hmm.
yep.
I think you can just prepare for it, not just for big
Mhm.
YouTubers, to anyone whom you are talking. Like
Yep.
have a list of questions or decide what you are going to talk. I mean,
Uh-huh.
having candid conversation is not going to work forever. Like you will
Right.
eventually run out of things to talk. right? And
Right.
especially the kind of content we guys are creating, where you are meeting new people every day. So of course, the
Mhm.
first 5 to 10 minutes are definitely going to be engaging. But if you
Right.
want to gain something, or if you want to provide something to the audience, then you have
Mhm.
to have a topic or
Right.
a certain list of questions which can provide you some insights
Mhm.
and also the viewers.
Right, 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 right. Definitely, that's the reason we have to try to bring in certain of the topics and new topics, so that
Yeah,
the viewers can also pursue, okay, the new things, and
yeah.
can also feel the improvement in themselves, the sense of improvement.
Mhm. Exactly.
Yeah. So the next thing which I'm curious to know that often people say that the failure is a negative thing. Okay, and lots of people consider that the failure is a negative thing. If some, let's say if the student got failed, okay, so definitely it's going to be considered that he or she hasn't prepared for the examination,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
So like how should we approach? And let's say if someone is learning, every individual has a different pace of learning, okay,
Exactly.
and some took a few months to learn this language and they become fluent easily, and some may take years, okay, and after that they definitely they are going to be fluent, okay.
Mm.
So they consider themselves as a failure, okay, that I'm not able to speak fluently how they are speaking. So how
Mm.
should we approach failure?
See, you mentioned that we are individuals, right? So we
Yeah.
all have our own pace to learn things. So you need to
Hmm.
be self-aware. And I think because of the internet and how we youngsters are changing, people
Hmm.
are becoming more self-aware, right? So
Hmm.
eventually when you are self-aware, you realize that failures are part of your life. And I'm a very
Right.
pessimistic person. Even if I'm succeeding in life, I look at the negative spectrum, that why the hell I'm going in this way. I
Hmm.
could be doing way better than what I'm doing right now. So it
Hmm.
depends on the mentality also, right? That how where you are and how you see things.
Hmm.
But yeah, of course, you have to be self aware and acknowledge the fact that we all have different abilities and we learn things with our own pace. So once you acknowledge it, then you don't need a validation from other people, that you know what, even if you fail the exam, you know that you were putting effort before
Hmm.
that exam. And if you fail, then of course you will feel bad. Who doesn't feel bad when they fail at something? But
Right.
afterwards, once you are stoic enough, or you are enough aware about yourself, you know yourself better, then definitely
Hmm.
you will be not so harsh on yourself. You'll be better. You'll be preparing for the next thing. I can use whatever knowledge I have for my next exam or for the next thing. But yeah, I'm
Right.
a very self-critical person. Like, I'm never satisfied. Even if I'm doing way better than last year or last month, I always look for something and
Mhm.
try to improve that.
Mhm. Right, right, right. But it's an human tendency that consciously or unconsciously they always try to compare themselves with the other person,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Definitely. I always do. I do that. But then instead of getting jealous, you have to become better than them. That's the thing.
Right.
If you are comparing yourself and being jealous, then that's the problem.
Mhm.
Compare
Mhm.
yourself. I don't, you know, because this is, as you said, that this is part of
Mhm.
human nature. So of course we're going to
Mhm.
compare yourself. But if you can control that thing and compare yourself with yourself, not others, then that will be a great thing, right?
Right,
But
right,
if
right,
you're
right.
not able to stop comparing yourself with others, then use that also. Use that energy to create
Mhm.
something, to get better than them. Not get jealous that why they are doing better than me, why I'm not doing better than them. So you can use that
Right.
energy also.
And we can compare ourselves with other with an affirmative mindset,
Yeah,
right?
we can.
Like
Why not?
what strategies they are using and how they are learning. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Mm.
might be we can use that strategies, and apparently, if it's work for us, okay,
Mhm.
then definitely it's going to be beneficial. And somewhat, I do have that feeling of jealousy. But I'm just like how they are speaking, okay, how they are
Mhm.
able to. It's not about uh, as an advanced speaker, but sometimes you felt that someone is able to speak clearly and concisely.
I
This
see a
is
smoke
what
behind you.
important.
I see a smoke behind you. Is that the
Smoke.
jealousy? Come on, man. Don't be jealous. It's all right. It's you said it. Like it is all on us. Like how what kind of a learner you are, right? So
Uh-huh.
keep on engaging in different activities, read, consume media, and if it is about English learning only, then it's not a
Mhm,
big deal. With
mhm.
time, you are definitely going to improve.
Right, 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 right. But now the thing is that I'm trying to accumulate all the words and about this English language early, because somewhat in my mind is that I want to go for that job. I want to go for that thing. Okay.
Uh,
So nowadays is that. But yep, somewhat in my mind is this thing is also there, that it's not an overnight thing. Okay.
exactly.
I have to, yeah, I have to work periodically. And
Hmm.
yeah, as the often people suggest that go for 10 words, try to learn 10 words in a day. Okay. And I felt that it hasn't worked in
It
my
never
case.
works. It never works for anyone. See,
Mhm.
if English was just cramming dictionary, then everybody could speak. With a good memory,
Right,
you can cram a dictionary. But the
right,
real
right,
thing is that where are you going to use them if you don't know
right.
the context? So,
Mm-hmm.
see, if you are struggling with words, I'll just suggest one thing: read. Read
Mm-hmm.
books. I know it
Mm-hmm.
may sound very simple thing to say, read, and people find it boring. But the thing is that if you are reading, you become like your whole attention is on that book. Whether you are reading
Right.
on a screen or page, your whole attention is there, and you learn a lot, right? So
Right.
I think to learn any language, if you add reading, then you are good to go. Just
Mm-hmm.
add reading in your daily life. Read things which you are interested in, and you don't have to again cram 10 words every day.
Mm-hmm. Right, 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 right. And anything else you want to ask? As I have asked
Sure,
lots
sure.
of
I have
questions.
I have got a lot of questions to ask. We will
Uh-huh.
talk about those questions in another session. All right.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And
Yep.
it was lovely chatting with you, man. You asked some good
Yep.
questions, and I'm looking forward to our next session.
Thank you. Thank you for your precious time, and it's my privilege to have a conversation with you.
Yes, sir, man.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.